Well, the boat sank. So
It sunk. In our eyes, it was going in 45 seconds.
no bueno.
45 seconds to do everything that we had to do to get out of the boat and try to survive and hope that we were gonna make it back home.
Love y'all.
Coast Guard Station Dauphin Island.
We got a call from Sector Mobile saying that there was an EPIRB about 14 miles south of Dauphin Island.
Typically with these scenarios, the Coast Guard will launch an aircraft. Obviously, when you're looking for persons in the water, it certainly helps to have, you know, some eyes in the sky, as it were. There wasn't an aircraft available this day, so, you know, our boat crew got on scene.
When the boat was sinking, it sunk so fast. I'm trying to hook my life jacket up on the boat, and it's literally sinking out from underneath me. And next thing I know, we're just in the water. And we said to each other, grab as much as you can of floating devices because this is what's gonna help us out. So we grabbed seat cushions that was on the boat. We grabbed extra life jackets that was floating in the water. We grabbed the coolers that was floating in the water.
They had a PLB that they had turned on when they went in the water. So one of the last things they grabbed before their boat went down.
So Steven's got it wrapped around his hands and he's just pressing the button because we didn't know.
The only thing they could have improved on was leaving their personal locator beacon on. They continued to turn it on and off because they weren't sure whether it was actually activated. But as they were turning it on and off, it would give us a new position, but it wasn't the most accurate position.
I got in the water and I started patting my pockets. Okay, I got my pocket knife over here, and what is this? I grabbed them like, oh, it's my cell phone. So I turned it on and I started calling everybody. And I had the SOS, the satellite up there. I had everything. I'm like, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't do nothing.
No bueno.
No bueno. No bueno.
I made the video to be like a story to my loved ones, like my mom. And I was gonna take my phone and put it in a smaller cooler and seal it back and then just set it adrift if I had to. You just praying to God, thinking like, well, maybe I should have done this differently. Maybe I should have done that differently. You hear about it happening to other people. I've been on the water. All of us that was on that boat has been on boats our whole life. 2 of them on the boats were captains. We did everything we just, like, is this really happening to us? Is it really gonna happen to us right now?
Our first idea was to query the other boats in the area.
Thought we got lucky and maybe they just accidentally set off the alarm. After talking to both of them, no luck there.
We tried swimming to the boats that was in the water that we seen, and it's like the more we was kicking, the further back we was going.
There are sharks out there. There are other marine life.
Dusty had an eel biting him on his stomach, and he just grabbed the eel, and you don't want to say nothing to everybody else to freak everybody out, so he was just sitting there trying to choke this eel out underwater, and eels are real slimy. So that just means he had a death grip. He was white knuckling on this eel. We're drifting in this water for 4 hours at the time of that happened.
And we got 2 more positions during that time. And me and the other coxswain, we looked at how the positions were moving and they were all going southeast. So we made the determination that whatever we're looking for is going in this direction. So he and I decided to do an expanding square search pattern. We thought we were probably looking for somebody in the water.
But the water was cold, and the longer you sit in there, the more and more, like, I think in 2 hours of in there, everybody was shaking.
And when you're in water that is colder than your body temperature, that can obviously increase your risk of hypothermia and death.
You're constantly getting salt water in your mouth. You're constantly getting beat upside the head with the cooler. I wouldn't let go to coolers. I'm like, okay, I'd rather get beat upside the head with the coolers than lose them. That's what was keeping me up.
Next course will be 290.
290, keep an eye out for debris. Steven seen it and we're like, no, you didn't. And he's like, I seen the orange, I seen the orange. I'm like, where? So the whole time we're just bobbing up and down in this water. So they were searching back and forth, but we was drifting. I mean, we was moving it. But we took the bigger cooler out of all of them, we stood it up and held it up out of the water.
And on the 5th leg, I saw a white cat that wasn't going away.
Well, they turn the bow straight to us, and they start coming towards us. And then they start get up on plane like, okay, at this time, we know that we are found.
Everybody started hooting and hollering on the boat. We were giving high fives. We were super stoked on it.
We're all crying like we just won the lottery. Like some people win the lottery of money, we won the lottery of life.
We made it on the boat.
I give our life to Coast Guard. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
Never again.
We actually hugged her neck. I told one of the guys, like, can I give y'all a kiss? And like, no, I'm like, come on now. But
It's the most amount of people in the water I've ever recovered, so it was a really phenomenal feeling and to be able to reunite them with their family. But at the end of the day, we don't get success stories every time.
Absolutely would love to credit the crew. The crew did a fantastic job. In these situations, you rely on your training and teamwork, and they did a fantastic job.